I never imagined my marriage would unravel in such a brutal, chaotic way for years. I thought our life was steady quiet, even if not perfect. Jenna was always a little distant, but I chalked it up to her being naturally reserved. We both worked full-time, had no kids, and kept ourselves occupied with careers and occasional gatherings. Everything seemed routine, predictable, safe. Then one afternoon, as I sat at my desk, an anonymous text message changed everything. "Your wife is seeing someone behind your back. Ask her about the guy she meets at the gym." My heart sank. At first, I dismissed it as a cruel joke, but the more I let the idea sit, the more pieces began falling into place. Jenna had recently developed an almost obsessive commitment to the gym 4 times a week, always dressing up, makeup a bit more defined, perfume clinging to her skin like it was trying to make a statement. She'd come home flushed and glowing, and she smiled more at her phone than she did at me. I didn't confront her that night. I simply observed. Over the next few days, I checked our shared phone bill. One number kept showing up late at night. During lunch breaks, even on weekends, she claimed she was with her sister. Eventually, I dialed it. A man answered, casual at first, until I asked if he knew my wife. His voice sharpened, then softened with condescension. "Oh, so you're the husband? Took you long enough." Click. I didn't tell Jenna I called him. I waited. I needed confirmation, truth in action, not just suspicion. A few nights later, I followed her when she said she was headed to the gym. Instead, she pulled into a quiet parking lot by a secluded park. He was already waiting. I watched them kiss, laugh, slide into his car together. They sat there for nearly 2 hours, talking like teenagers in a borrowed world. I didn't cry. I didn't rage. I took photos. When she came home, I played it cool. I kissed her cheek, asked about her workout. She smiled and lied through her teeth. And still, I said nothing. Instead, I made plans. The next day, I met with a divorce attorney. I transferred some money, spoke with my boss about time off, even stashed a few essentials at a friend's place. I was surgical about it, quiet, focused. 3 days later, everything ignited. Saturday morning, we were supposed to visit her parents. She was on her phone all morning, texting with a grin she couldn't suppress. I knew who it was. I waited until we got home. That's when I saw him standing outside our house, bold, smug, smiling like he'd already won. Jenna went pale when she noticed him. She rushed to stop me, but I opened the door before she could speak. Well, he said. "The husband. Let's talk." Man to man. He walked in uninvited, brushing past Jenna like she was furniture. She begged him to leave. He ignored her. He stood in front of me and launched into a speech how Jenna didn't love me anymore, how I was holding her back, how she'd already moved on emotionally and I needed to do the same. I stayed silent. Then he said it. "You're just holding her back. She deserves better." And that's when he shoved me. That was his mistake. Everything after that was a blur. Furniture splintered, glass shattered, picture frames crashed. Jenna screamed until her voice cracked. I don't remember how many punches I threw. I just remember the taste of blood, the pop of his nose breaking, and the final crash as he fell into the TV stand. The neighbors called the cops. When they arrived, we were both bloodied and breathless. They separated us, demanded answers. Jenna rushed to defend him until she saw the printed photos on the living room table, the receipts, the lies in still frame. I gave everything to the police and walked out. No one was arrested, but the officers warned him not to come near me again. That night, I left the house for good. Jenna called. I ignored it. The next morning, I sent the divorce papers along with a message. "You broke this. Live with it." Their affair didn't last. Reality hit her hard when the dust settled. He wasn't who she thought he was. He ghosted her within weeks. No closure, no goodbyes, just gone. I heard she tried tracking him down, but he'd blocked her everywhere. Jenna lost everything. Our marriage, her reputation, even her job. Apparently, her company didn't take kindly to public scandal, and she was quietly dismissed. I felt nothing for her loss. She made her choices. I just made sure the truth came to light. I moved into a new apartment, started fresh. The silence was soothing. For the first time in years, I wasn't second-guessing someone's every word, every smile, every excuse. I took time for myself therapy, solo travel, long walks without checking in with anyone. And slowly, I found peace. People always say forgiveness is the key to healing. I disagree. Healing, for me, came from reclaiming control, from refusing to let her rewrite the ending, from watching her lies collapse under their own weight. Sometimes, destruction is the only path to freedom, and I walked it without looking back.